Okay, hi everybody. We are all sat here.
Oh, sorry, my hat's getting in your way.
Live in Arizona, around the pool. I don't know if you can see the pool behind us.
No,
It's glorious.
It's there.
Glorious it is.
It's beautiful, and we've all just come out of the conference that Donna Johnson hosts every time we come to the Areas in Paradise retreat. And so we're sat here reflecting and just thinking about what this means to us. And I think that we all feel we would love for all of you to be here with us next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you don't know, what you don't know, you don't know. And I do remember one time on an AIT doing recordings, and I remember Alison Hutchinson saying, "Fiona, why didn't you tell us it was this good?" And I'm like, oh, I don't know how to answer that, because unless you've been here in person and experienced it, then how do you know?
Yeah.
And the people that we heard to on stage, and by the way, our very own new Regional Vice President, Laura Leggett, who sat over there, spoke. So that was wonderful. She was the only new region in the room, and told her journey from her heart, and super proud. But
Beautiful.
It
Yeah,
was
really
really
good.
good.
Beautiful.
Really good.
What you get here is an understanding of the vast expanse of what we have in our hands to give to people.
Yeah.
And I think when you're out there, especially like you guys, you're at home maybe watching this on your own, and you may not have had a great day, perhaps you've had some no's, or you've parties cancelled, or whatever's going on, and it does feel hard, it feels difficult, it feels lonely at times, and you know what, when you come to some place like this and you just plug into this mothership, this woman, we had 124 years of experience sat on that stage today.
That's
That was
amazing.
incredible.
It's Donna Johnson's 30-year anniversary and Phoebe Fournier as well this year, and then 28 years Stacey Lindsay, and all these people, who sat there on a panel and gave us their expertise of what they would do.
People would have paid a lot of money just to have had that knowledge, wouldn't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, in fact, one of the newest nations, she sat on a dinner table next to a £50,000 mentor and had a whole bunch of questions.
$50,000 an hour he charged.
Mentor.
And she shared with us what he, the note she had written, which he had told her. So we get to digest this, ingest it, and it seeps through our pores, and it becomes us. So we can share this with you right here, right now. We can come back home and we can say, "Gosh, you've got to do this." But you know what? It's down to you. We can give you an external influence, but you have to want this. And how badly do you want it? Because you're not here. You don't want it bad enough. That is simple, guys, okay? So look, you deserve to be here, okay? Go out there and have that self-belief and that courage that I know you all have, because you're listening to this, okay? And say, you know what, I am making this my #1 goal to be here in Arizona with all of you next year, because I deserve it, okay? And you do. We heard from Miranda, okay, Bircham.
Oh, wow, incredible.
Oh, God.
Okay, she was on her knees on the stage. She was saying, I beg you to do it for you, not for me, for you. And if anyone here has a message to be listened, then this is the message. And she walked around all the tables. We all thought she was looking at us.
Yeah,
She could have been talking to anyone.
every single one. She got to your soul. She spoke to your soul. It was like boom, like that. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
And then we had Rita Davenport, so she was our 20-year-old president.
Her energy, it was
my
almost
God.
like everyone's hair was like static.
Yeah,
wasn't
static.
it?
When you stood next to it, it's as though you got goosebumps, and you could feel like
You could feel her energy. It's like a magnet.
Yeah.
That's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah.
Everyone was drawn to her,
Yeah.
Everyone was just absolutely just absorbed by all that energy, and it was just electric.
Yeah, it was.
Absolutely electric.
Yeah.
And she's a role model for all of us. So we had 2 keynote speakers as well today.
lucky.
Not just one. And what all I can feel to you is that this is the reason why, we are, all of us, going to the next level in this business. We will be nation by the 31st of May 2017. We all did a pinky promise.
Yeah, we
I'm
did,
going to make sure you guys do that when we get back. Make yourself accountable and do this together. So I'm just going to, that's me, and I'm going to ask Kelly, first of all, to share with you her highlights.
Okay, my highlights, so particularly from today. So the conference, I was very fortunate to go to Vegas last year, and Miranda was the keynote speaker. She stepped in like at the last minute for Cecilia Stoll, because Cecilia Stoll couldn't make the actual keynote speaker slot. So Miranda kind of stepped up and she stepped in, didn't she, to the position. And for anyone else, we'd be like, oh, okay, right, I've really got to plan this, or I've really got to think about it. She just sort of like delivered. She just goes in there, she delivers. And this whole hour presentation, this training that she did for us today, she didn't read any notes.
No,
She did, it was
heart.
from the heart. And the way that she speaks, it's so empowering. She walks around the room and she's pointing and she's like, you can do this, and I believe in you, and you do this for yourself. You have to do this for yourself. And I'm sat there going, yes, 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 like this. And it was just like as though she was looking at me, and she was just absolutely incredible. She's just absolutely amazing. It really touched me. It really got to me. And then
In fact, we saw her this morning, didn't
Yeah,
we? And
we
I
did.
said jokingly, she was at sort of in the reception area. There's a fire and sofas, and she was sat there with a notepad and pen. And I said jokingly, "Oh, are you writing your speech for later then?" And she was like, "Yeah."
yeah.
Oh,
And do you know what? Do you know what? I absolutely loved that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I mean, how many of us know that you prepare for something weeks in advance? Life happens in that time. You know, you live new experiences day in, day out. And I think the fact that she had the guts to just trust in her heart.
Yeah.
And on that morning, she woke up, she didn't have any clue what she was going to say until that day. And she woke up this morning, and that's when she prepared. I mean, that takes guts, it's
Yeah.
a
Belief.
risk.
That
It's a
takes
risk, but
belief in
the
yourself,
most is
doesn't it?
all,
Totally.
yeah, she's got that trust and that belief
Yeah.
in herself, that she knew what she was going to
Love that.
deliver
Yeah,
today
absolutely.
was right from the heart, and
Yeah.
that just blew me away, absolutely blew me away.
And she didn't actually speak from those notes, so she must have like written
Yeah,
bullet
it was-
points.
it was probably
She
to
spoke
trigger
from her
things,
heart
yeah,
completely, and just everything she was saying was almost like it was coming from above.
Yeah,
She was just,
it was,
It was
yeah.
just speaking through, because she
was the
couldn't have
messenger.
delivered what
Yeah.
she delivered, having written it down in notes and practiced. It was from the heart.
Yeah,
and I think that's what
definitely.
made her so powerful.
Yeah.
And like you say, we had Rita as well.
So yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's passionate, isn't it? This is the thing. It's so passionate speaking about it. This is what she does. This is what these things. This is why you have to be here, because this is
Yeah.
how it makes you feel. I mean, we're just all still in awe. We're still like goose, but we're so pumped and fired up now. It just gives you that passion, that drive, that kind of burning sensation in your tummy, and it's not acid reflux, I can tell you.
It's an illumination.
It's an illumination. But yeah, so my other highlights from today was obviously Rita Davenport. She was just absolutely incredible. She was absolutely amazing. To be able to meet her, and we all had photos taken with her, didn't we? It was amazing to have our photos taken with her, and she, yeah, like her energy was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, it was.
I found that absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
My other highlight, what was my other highlight from today? Oh, I can't remember what I was going to say. It was a good one.
It was a good
You-
one.
you know,
It was
it's
really
good.
good.
Can I come back?
You'd have got a lot from it.
Yeah, you would have got so much from it. Move on to someone else, and if it comes to my head,
Okay.
I'll go, wait!
Right. Natalie?
Okay, so today, obviously,
Just a little bit
we've already touched on the fact of Rita Davenport was absolutely, just so amazing, and everyone was just like bowing to her. Incredible. Then obviously we had the amazing speakers on the stage that shared all that knowledge, that wisdom, that experience, which was just so mind-blowing. But do you know what I really loved about today? Not only Miranda Bircham, she literally did blow me away, and for me, she was sending a message that was from above,
Yeah,
and
it
that
was,
she was
yeah.
just the messenger today. That was how I perceived her talk. But for me, what I loved about today was very much about running a business with children, and you know, we all have that guilt element where we're away
Yes,
from our
yeah.
children, and you know, that thing where we're working our business and we're so absorbed sometimes, especially if we're running towards a goal, we are so focused, yet we feel so guilty at the same
yeah.
time, and we know that we're doing it for them. But the fact is, it was almost like a bit of a justification today for me, and it kind of made me feel so much more at ease, and knowing that I am doing this for them.
Yeah.
I'm doing this to provide a legacy for my children
Yeah.
and for their children, and so on and so forth.
Here, sister.
Yeah.
And the fact is, how amazing is that?
Yeah, I know.
We have something so unique at our fingertips.
And powerful at the same time.
Oh
Unique
my
and
gosh.
powerful.
Yeah.
But how many people out there do we know that we can help with that?
And you kind of think to yourself, how how dare you? How dare you? How dare you keep this to yourself? How dare you keep it to yourself? How dare you keep it? How dare we keep it to ourselves? Just go out there and share it. And I think that was the other thing that Miranda said, wasn't it? It was just like, just go out there, just share it, and you know, don't get hung up on the outcome. Just go out there and share it. Then you're doing your bit. You've done your bit.
Yeah,
I think this
is the business that you know. That's all we need to do. We are not in control of whether somebody says yes, or you know, at the end of the day, they say yes if they see it as a fit, and if they're hungry for change.
Yeah.
You know, if they're not hungry.
I love that.
You know how
you gotta be hungry.
Not hungry. You gotta be hungry. But yeah, and I just. That for me was a massive, and that again got me there because, you know, I've got 3 children, I'm juggling this, and I do feel that element of guilt sometimes, you know, being here, although I've earned it and I worked bloody hard to get here, you know, and I just think, yeah, still in the nick of, like, inside, I was still feeling like, oh, yeah, but you know, my children are going to be okay. Of course they're going to be okay. This is like 3 days out of their whole lifetime. And do you know what? At the end of the day, yes, okay, I may spend a lot of time working this business, but they're going to look at me and say, wow, my mum has worked really hard, you know, alongside my dad to build this. You know, this amazing lifestyle that we have, and it's going to provide them that knowledge of that's how they have to do it. They have to work hard to achieve their dreams and aspirations. It doesn't fall on their lap.
It's not handed to
you. You know, it's about a choice. They have that choice, but we've got to show them that way. So if anything, you know, it's an absolute blessing if we do have children that we are doing this business, because at the end of the day, we're encouraging them to not just expect things to fall on their lap. You know, we're encouraging them to work hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Work hard for what you want, your dreams and your aspirations, everything. Work hard and you achieve it. And that was my kind of nugget that I really took, and just felt so humble. It was as if somebody was saying, it's okay. You know, you're doing a good job and you're doing what you should be doing. You know, so that was great for me. I needed that.
Jen?
So, last night we went to Donna Johnson's house, which was incredible. So obviously last year I was at Donna's and Thomas's, and and I felt really overwhelmed by it all, really. It was like almost to the point where I couldn't take everything in because there was so much to think about. Whereas this year it was just much more relaxed, and it was just brilliant.
Intimate, wasn't it?
Yeah, really intimate. We went, obviously did the tour of the house, which was incredible. The food was amazing.
I was like, you lot said to me, well, shall we go and have a look round Donna Johnson's bedroom? And I was like, what? We can't go in there. We can't go in a bedroom.
I felt like that last year. I felt like that last year.
I was like, what?
We were like, sit on that toilet.
Sit on her bed.
I think last year we didn't go in the closets last year.
No, we didn't.
We were raiding, we were trying to
on the house.
She has an amazing Louis Vuitton bag.
And the reason she lets us go around the house, not just because she knows that we're all really nosy, is because it shows you what you can achieve. And one thing that I think it was Miranda said was, if we're doing the same things that Donna's doing, why can we not have the same things that Donna has? And that was really powerful to me. Going around Donna's house, I'm an absolute bookworm. If you don't know me, I love to read, and there was loads and loads of books all around the house, and it wasn't all about things that you typically associate with Arbonne. I noticed a lot of parenting books in there, and then Miranda again today was saying about teaching your children about how you never give up on your goals. Like, we have a generation of people that are very entitled to things, whereas with Arbonne, the children that come out, they're like, yeah, you work hard, and I'm sort of reluctant to use the word hard. We work consistently, and you know, I don't want to say, oh yeah, it's really, really, really hard, because you know, it's not all like that. And but yeah, it was just fantastic that it just basically teaches the children that if you don't hit that goal, you carry on going.
Yeah, you don't give up.
No.
You just keep going. They see you, your children see you on the floor, but then you get back up. They don't see you stay on the floor. They see you on the floor. You have your little pity party, and you get back up on that feet, on those feet, and you keep going and moving forward. And you know, life happens, and you do have those moments, but it's vital that you keep going. You get back up on your feet, and you just move forward. And that was just
it's not all, you know, the highs that we have in Arbonne are so high that you will never get that high in anything else that you do. Like, obviously I've not taken drugs, but I can imagine you wouldn't get the high from anything else. But also there are low times, and this is when people say, oh, it's hard. They're talking about the low times. It's not all low times, it's not all like that, but you've got very big extremes. And I think that's with any business that you have of your own, because it's yours and it's your baby. So yeah, it was lovely to hear Laura speak on stage and just see how much she's grown and tell her story. That was incredible today, and just all of it's been amazing, because it's not just when you're in doing things like going to Donna Johnson's house and socialising with her and then going to the conference. It's about sitting around the pool. So like, we've got national vice presidents over there, executive national vice president. Just saw Diane Hartree, I think she's over there as well. And it's just about everybody that you're rubbing shoulders with, because everything is energy, and I think everything is vibration, and you're submerged in that. You're out. So obviously I've got 2 children, which I'm missing so much, but I know that this trip is completely worth it for what they're going to get.
And it's going to benefit them as well.
Yeah, completely. From what they'll probably not even remember this time, but what they're going to get from me being here is huge. Kind of lost my flow in what was going on. Yeah, I'm doing this with the kids. So obviously, you know, there are some sacrifices, but it's so worth it being here, because I'm now on a different vibration level, because I don't know, it just fills your cup right up.
It overflows. It's like an overflow.
And these are people that if I hadn't joined Arbonne, hadn't had an Arbonne business, I wouldn't be socialising with that many multimillionaires. In all honesty, there's not that many around the place where I live yet.
Up until.
It's just incredible, and it's about the friendships, and I had so much fun on the way here, and you know, it was almost like a comedy sketch, I felt anyway.
Yes, it was, wasn't it? It was a comedy sketch.
And all we did was laugh, and
it's like an episode of Friends, but there was just girls, really. It was cool.
It was a lot of fun.
I mean, I must admit, I couldn't have picked a better group of people to be around on this holiday and share this journey.
She's talking about all of us.
No, but seriously,
you are talking about us, aren't you?
No, but I mean, and that's it. It's not about, you know, we are on our own in our own little businesses, but we are a family. And
we are.
You know, we help each other and everything. You're not on your own, and that. You know, there are some times when you do kind of feel like, oh, I'm doing this and I'm on my own, and but you're not. Everybody is around you, and everybody is in the same position as you, but everybody wants to help you as well. So if you are at a point where you do feel like you need that extra help, then reach out. Don't just sit there and think, oh, you know, it's really hard, really difficult. If you're at the point where you feel like you just need that one person to shift you from where you are now, reach out. Surround yourself by these amazing people that are in this business that know exactly what you need to know. You know, it's vital, it's absolutely crucial. And I'm just so blessed.
And all the pictures on Facebook, I mean, we're getting so many messages from people saying, oh, I'm loving your videos and all your pictures. And Miranda even said earlier, didn't she, there's 500 people in this world you probably don't speak to all the time. They know you're in Arizona because of social media. So if you come for like nothing else, like the amazing weather, the food, the socialising, the pictures on Facebook.
The food. Donna Johnson's food.
So Danny.
Okay, so for me, I've took away loads. Oh, someone might tell it, sorry. So I've took away absolutely loads, but one thing I'll mention that hasn't already been mentioned is something that Miranda Bircham said. She said you need 2 things to be ultra successful. One is enthusiasm, which I think we can all agree everybody on this call right now has. We all have, you guys absolutely have enthusiasm, so you can totally tick that off. And the second thing is conviction. And I thought that was really key, because she actually gave us a little bit of a role play example. She said, okay, so it's the beginning of March right now, so open up your diary and you've got the whole of March, however many days there are in March this month. Can you book 15 events this month if I guarantee you're going to promote next month? Like, would you do it? And I was thinking in my head, right, okay, if you can guarantee I'm going to promote to the next level next month, what I have to do is book 15 events, and by that I mean workshops or DAs, something where you're sharing the business information with people. I was like, yeah, absolutely, I can definitely, if you can guarantee I'm going to promote, I will guarantee I'm going to book 15 events. And then she said, right, okay, so if you can do that, out of half the people that you speak to over those 15 events, so let's say half the people you speak to, say that's 10, 15 people, let's say 10. So out of those 10 people, which is half the people that you've got in front of, if you have to share with them the business marketing structure, like the DA, let's say, the business plan, and you have to be so, I don't know what the word is for, have conviction so much that, so yeah, you have to have so much belief and passion that you know that so Miranda was saying, I'm going to give you 10 envelopes, and in each envelope there's going to be 10,000, just tip it a little bit, Natalie, sorry. That way a little bit, yeah. There's going to, in all those 10 envelopes, there's going to be $10,000 in each envelope for you to give to the person sat in front of you, listening to your presentation, listening to the DA. So if I obviously saw Fiona at a little makeup workshop and booked a one-to-one with her, when I did the one-to-one with her, I have to have the exact conviction that because she's sat in front of me, listening to the presentation, she's going to get an envelope from my back pocket with $10,000 on. Not to say yes to the business, because we can't control whether people say yes or no. That's their choice. That's absolutely out of our hands. We can't control whether people say yes or no to the business, but what we can do is sit down in front of people and explain the business plan to them and let them decide. So you need to, in your head, think, I'm going to give them an envelope with $10,000 in it just for sitting in front of me listening to this business presentation. Now if somebody was going to do that, imagine how you would share the information about Arbonne compared to if I hadn't just told you that. And now for me, that was life-changing, because I do present the business opportunity to a lot of people, but if I was to have in my head, because they're sat in front of me, they're going to get an envelope with $10,000 in it, imagine the difference of how you would present it. And then one of the things she said was, if you're going to sit in front of people and present the one-to-one, and you've got that $10,000 pay envelope, but you can't tell them that they only get it if they sit in front of you and listen to a one-to-one, but you can't tell them that they need to sit in front of you and listen to the DA at a one-to-one and they get the $10,000 envelope. You can't tell them that, but you need to get them in front of you to present it, to have that. How many people would you book one-to-ones with, knowing that they're going to get $10,000 just for sitting and listening to you over a coffee date, but you can't tell them that? I thought that was profound.
Yeah,
I was like, I can go now, I've got what I need. That was the golden nugget, that was incredible. So you've got to have enthusiasm, you have to. People will only join a fun thing to do. You know, we might earn a lot of money in this business, but you could earn a lot of money shelf stacking at a supermarket if you were to give up a lot of your time. Why do people do this business? Because it's fun. So you need to have the enthusiasm, you have to have fun, you have to have enthusiasm, and you have to have the conviction. So that was my golden nugget from this weekend. And you guys, spending time with you guys.
Yeah, and just to finish up as well on that note about what you said, think about that. That is truly powerful. And also, Miranda's the one who did all this, all her charity work with the tsunami disaster in Haiti. And she said she goes out there and these little kids, you know, these 7 children always find them. No matter where they land, they're always finding them, right? And she said, when you're hungry, you will go find food.
Yeah, because they come up to her, don't they, and say, we're hungry, Miss Miranda, we're hungry.
And that's the difference, you know, here in this business, because she said you might be sat right here right now, and it was getting towards the end of the day. Now you're hungry, so you're not going to really start, you're going to start tuning out now, because you know you now need to go and find some food. That's like your Arbonne business. Yeah. How hungry are you?
That's a good final thought. Yeah. I like that.
Fiona's thought.
Fiona's thought of the day.
From us, we're going to say goodbye, and we cannot wait to get back home, and we can't wait for the trip to be announced for March 2018. You've got to be here in Arizona then. Bye, everybody. Bye.